Maisha yangu yana wewe Mungu, tumaini la moyo wako mimi nimeliweka, msaada wa karibu. Bwana, nitakusifu wewe tu na nitakutukuza, nitapolemewa na mizigo, magonjwa na mateso, sina wasiwasi tena. Nipitapo uvuli wa mauti Bwana, gongo lako na fimbo yako vinanifariji Bwana. Maisha yangu yana wewe Mungu, tumaini la moyo wako mimi.
The Lord is my Savior. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my Savior. I should be less of anything. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna, in the high, 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 high. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna, Bwana ndiye mchungaji wangu. Bwana ndiye mchungaji wangu. Bwana ndiye mchungaji wangu. Mimi sitapungukiwa kitu. Imba sana, Hosanna, hallelujah. Imba sana, Hosanna, hallelujah. Imba sana, Hosanna, hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna, kule juu kwa bei ya mauti yake Bwana, kwa bei ya mauti yake Bwana, kwa bei ya mauti yake Bwana, mimi nimekombolewa. Imba sana, Hosanna, hallelujah. Imba sana, Hosanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to keep your, as you're clapping, continue to clap for this lady right there.
I'm back, and now we're gonna welcome remarks. Pamela.
Praise God. I stand for Shina. Are you all leaving your homes, your job? Some lied that they are sick, but they are here, like me. Just to make this happen, it means you feel what Shina is all about. Shina is not just the name. It's not just the culture. It's not just the giving. It's not just why you are sitting here. It's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about the world that we are facing and the world we are making a difference. And that's why I stand here today to say thank God for who He is, the I am that I am. I was talking to Mama Jessica, and I said, I am that I am is what we're going to talk about in this conference. And she can bear me testimony. When the kids stood here and they were saying, I am that I am, the board of Shina, who spent sleepless nights trying to make sure a child in Africa, in America like me, have a roof over my head, have medication, will not be beaten, will not be abused, will not be thrown to jail for no just cause. Shina has come a long way. If none of you can go to Africa to see Shina, there is a Shina standing here this evening. I am Shina. I have been beaten. I have been abused. I have been traumatized. I have been through it all. But when the voice of Shina came to my rescue, I am standing here not only as a proud woman with a soldier over me, but to say thank God for Shina. I don't know how to thank the board of Shina. I don't know how to thank Papa Mushala. I don't know how to thank Mama Mushala, the children. I don't know how to thank all of you who came here on a Friday with the rain. But I want to thank God for your behalf. I have been here as long as Shina exists, which is about 16 years. And that would tell me that God did not bring me all the way from Africa, Cameroon, not from Tanzania, to become part of Shina. I don't want you to look at Shina as a tribalism thing. I want you to look at Shina as a thing that you can reach out and touch souls. If you look at the pamphlet you have in your hand, you see how much Shina goes in, up, and out to make sure souls are being saved. Go in, up, and out to make sure these children, these mothers, these homeless people, the needy, the widow, the bereaved, all kinds of people get help. I've seen situations where Mama Mushala, the board, they stay up 2, 3 a.m. on the phone, just trying to make sure somebody gets a surgery in Africa. We take it for granted. We go to the doctor. We even don't care about who we see at the front desk. We just talk to them anyhow. In Africa, we don't have those privileges. But Shina took that privilege to Africa and saved many souls. My parents in the house, Mama Jessica Mushala, Papa Mushala, I salute you all. And I said, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for changing my life, for making me strong, and for looking forward where I could never have made it. Today I work at Washington Hospital Center. Just a few days ago, I got this job. Thank for them. If it were not for them, I'll be comfortable just doing nothing. I want to say thank you. And thank you, Shina. Please.
16 long years of wonderful work. Like Pamela said, not only here, but back home. Just think 16 years. Just think how many children have been helped, saved, how many boys, how many children were lifted from abuse, sexual abuse, child trafficking. Just think. And just think how many people were trained, and then they trained others. Just think how many communities were lifted. Just think how many children became doctors and lawyers all through Shina. So again, give Shina a big hand of applause and remember what Shina stands for.
Yes, yes, God made me, God gave me, God raised me, God saved me. Come on now. My soul says yes, yes, yes,
look at them as they're walking out because
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. My husband did a wonderful job. Please give me a round of applause. We have so much we can share with you, but that's why we do this every year, picking different programs, different information of what you can benefit from what we've been doing. And what has driven us is passion. And I think he gave us the definition of passion. I'm not going to say much. Everything I could have said, he did it through the PowerPoint. I would like to introduce to you to this wonderful, a friend of ours. And it is unprecedented for Shina Inc. 16 years to be able to get someone who is willing, who is passionate, who is driven. You look at this person and you see the hope of tomorrow. You look at this person and you wonder, how did his parents do it? Each and every one of us, we should try, shake their hands and find out, what are you doing differently so we can copy you? Without any further ado, please welcome tonight's keynote speaker, Mr. Jamal Watkins.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Jamal Watkins, and I came to meet Shina through the Alternative Youth Education Program. And 2 years ago, I had one of the most life-changing experiences that I've had in the past 19 years. And we're going to get into that later. But tonight we're here to talk about acting on values for a purpose. And so before we start, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Can I just get a show of hands from everyone here tonight who feels that they have values? Okay. Okay. No, I'm glad because I'm glad to see everyone's hands was raised because for one, it'd be really hard to act on values for a purpose without having any values to begin with. But the truth is that everybody's hand should have been raised because everybody has values. The Oxford Dictionary definition of values, and I brought this up here because I am not from Oxford. I'm a student at UMES, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. The Oxford Dictionary definition of values are principles or standards of behavior. One's judgment of what's important in life. So, a popular misconception about values are that they're these, intrinsically positive things that we learn from their parents or some other form of moral education. But the truth is that everyone has values. When I say everybody has values, I mean everybody has values. You ever think about infants and that from the first time an infant tastes its mother's milk, it understands that there's certain nutrients that it needs to survive. And so it values that sustenance that it gets from its parent. Whether you're a volunteer working at a local food kitchen, whether you're a criminal that prizes the money that you obtain through knocking over liquor stores, everybody has things that they personally find valuable in life, that they think are important. Whether you play football with a brown oval ball or a white round, or black and white round one, Everybody has values, no matter your color, no matter what country you call home, no matter what language you learn to speak first. Everybody thinks certain things are important in life. And so you might be wondering why I'm up here giving you all definitions. I'm a college student. But it's important to understand the definition of values because in this day and age, it's very easy to confuse values for opinions. And so opinions, I don't think we need to spend too much time defining opinions. We're all familiar with opinions, right? They're basically beliefs. And that sounds a lot like the definition of values, except for one thing. Values are beliefs that govern your action. And that's an important distinction to make. In 2018, with the advent of social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you have a lot of well-meaning global citizens, many of whom seek to spread their values change through the spread of information and ideas. The problem is that far too often, stories of oppression, opportunities to serve those less fortunate get lost in the 72-hour, if that, news cycles of what's trending and what's popping. They get lost after a few thousand retweets and a couple likes, if that. And so it's important to understand that while information and the spread of ideas are important, and education is important, educating people about issues is important, without any real-world action behind these values, would-be standards of behavior simply become opinionated nuisance. So, I promise y'all I'm not going to be long-winded. Tonight we talked about what values are and what values aren't. And so now that we know what values are, the only thing left to do when acting on your values for a purpose is actually really simple. And that's understanding what your values are. Now, everybody in this room here tonight said they have values, right? Okay, I don't know if I missed anything. Some don't have values. But I think we have a lot of people here from different backgrounds, from different walks of life. We have people here from Africa, from the Caribbean, from America. Anybody from that's not from Africa, America, the Caribbean? We got people here from all different backgrounds, right? But I think there's one thing that we can all agree on. I think we can all agree that we value the mission statement of Shina, which is empowering the most vulnerable groups through self-empowerment, right? And so I want to take this second to thank you all for standing by your values. But something else that I really want to take this opportunity to do is to thank the entire Michelle family, thank Shina Incorporated for the experience that I gained 2 years ago.
Now that is truly being an American. Jamal, on behalf of the board, the Shina family, we want to say thank you so much. You drove the way all the way from Grand Eastern Shore to just come and give us what is considered value. And the value, as I said, is not opinion. Opinion doesn't make us who we are, but your value determines where you end up. Again, Jamal, I look forward to going back to Tanzania and visit that school in the village. And I think Mr. Mshadi did not show it. Basically, it was in a shop, literally. But he survived. The key is survival. And we thank you for giving us the chance to show you the other side and for you to learn outside of the regular classroom. Thank you.
Please keep going. I felt what they did on this stage.
Maisha yangu yana wewe Mungu, tumaini la moyo wako mimi nimeliweka, msaada wa karibu Bwana, nitakusifu wewe tu na nitakutukuza, nitapolemewa na mizigo, magonjwa na mateso, sina wasiwasi tena. Nipitapo uvuli wa mauti Bwana, gongo lako na fimbo yako vinanifariji Bwana. Umenifanya wa thamani, umenitoa matopeni, umenikunguta mavumbi, ukanibariki. Umenifanya hodari, ukanipa ujasiri, niliyekuwa sifai, umenibariki. Only you, only you, Jesus, El Shaddai. Oh yeah, Adonai. Only you, Jesus. Niwe unanitosha mimi, niwe unanifaa daima. Only you. Kila njia ya mtu ni sawa machoni pake mwenyewe, bali Bwana upima mioyo. Mawazo tulionayo nafahamu, taweza kujiona watakatifu, ila mbele zake asararo ni wadhaifu. Tujinyenyekeze mbele zake, tupate thawabu milele kwa kumtumikia yeye tu. Yeye anaponya, anaokoa. Hello, 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 kwangu ni mwaminifu. Yesu, nitapolemewa na mizigo, magonjwa na mateso, sina wasiwasi tena. Nipitapo uvuli wa mauti Bwana, gongo lako na fimbo yako vinanifariji Bwana. Kila njia ya mtu ni sawa machoni pake mwenyewe, bali Bwana upima mioyo. Mawazo tulionayo nafahamu, taweza kujiona watakatifu, ila mbele zake asararo ni wadhaifu. Tujinyenyekeze mbele zake, tupate thawabu milele kwa kumtumikia yeye tu. Yeye anaponya, anaokoa. Hello, 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 kwangu ni mwaminifu. Yesu, nitapolemewa na mizigo, magonjwa na mateso, sina wasiwasi tena. Nipitapo uvuli wa mauti Bwana, gongo lako na fimbo yako vinanifariji Bwana. Umenifanya wa thamani, umenitoa matopeni, umenikunguta mavumbi, ukanibariki. Umenifanya hodari, ukanipa ujasiri, niliyekuwa sifai, ukanibariki. Yeah, only you, Jesus, Simba wa Yuda. Only you, hakuna kama wewe, tangangana nawe. Jesus, ni wewe peke yako tu. Hey, Baba wa huruma, wingi wa rehema, hakuna kama wewe, mwenye kutoa bure, unayetupenda. Yesu wangu, Baba yangu.
The DJ Mo. I'm sorry, man. It could not be any more plain. I was about to ask you what your name was, and it was right there on your laptop. Put your hands together for DJ Mo, ladies and gentlemen, please, and thank you. I'm blessed to be here, I believe. I'm not sure if anyone else feels just blessed, man. Like I feed off of that energy, ladies and gentlemen. I feed off of it. I'm sorry, like when I do shows, I do events, when I see someone not clapping, Like, you could be sitting next to your dad, or you could be sitting next to somebody, and so one person is clapping, the other one is not clapping. I watch a lot of TV, so I watch Law and Order, so I'm thinking, did somebody kidnap you to be here? Did someone kidnap you? Why are you not clapping and this one is clapping? Did they force you to come to this place, ladies and gentlemen? So when I see people who are not having a good time at such an event, because no one forced you to get up and come here. No one forced you to wear your beautiful dress, your suit and tie, your most chivalry, you're wearing sequins, so on and so forth. No one forced you. So when I come to events like this, I want to make sure people are having a good time. Bam, that's it. I was born in New Jersey. We have some people. I was born in Newark. I never lived there though. Newark. I never lived. I'm glad too, because I was born in Newark. I heard Newark was. Are you from Newark? No, Jersey City. I heard that was even worse than Newark. But that's neat. I'm not judging you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. But ladies and gentlemen, I was born in New Jersey, but I was raised in Nigeria. So exactly. I was raised in Nigeria. So I'm very I would say, Auntie, please. I'm very a mixture, a hybrid of American and Nigerian culture. I was born here, I was raised in Nigeria. So by the time I came back here when I was 9 years old, ladies and gentlemen, I was semi-confused. I was semi-confused, as in, my parents brought me there. They said, and when they brought me back here when I was 9, they told me, Junior, don't come to this America and learn American values. As a 9-year-old, you're saying, Dad, how are you going to bring me here and expect me not to learn things that are here? To the point that the voice in my head, ladies and gentlemen, is an African father's voice. You know that voice that tells you, please, you better study for that test, or you better study for that test or you will fail. That voice, you know, when you get to a red light, you know that voice when you get to a yellow light and you want to enter that yellow light, but that voice says, if you run that light, police is over there, they will catch you if you run. That voice, the voice of reason, to me is an African voice. Do you understand me? So I'm very confused. Like, the voice of reason in my head is an African voice. And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, because when I came here, the first thing, one of my best friends, his name was Billy. Until to this day, his name was Billy. And Billy, like, as an African, right, you come to America and you see all types of different cultures. I live in Montgomery County, the most diverse county in the world, I believe. I'm from the most diverse. So as an African, you see white people, you see black people, you see Asian people mixing and mingling like this. So one of my best friends was a white kid. And as a Nigerian going to a white person's house, you learn new things. I'm sorry. You learn new things, ladies and gentlemen. One of the first things I learned is that in America, you guys have something that we do not have. The first thing I saw, I came to my friend Billy's house, all right, and his dad, John, was in the kitchen. John was putting, like, you know, after you eat, he was putting, to me, it was food into the sink, ladies and gentlemen. As he was putting food in the sink, John was pushing a button, ladies and gentlemen, and that button was like, grrr, grrr, grrr. I thought John was sending food to the basement, to the people downstairs. Lo and behold, it was a garbage disposal, ladies and gentlemen. In Nigeria, we never had garbage disposals. If you cannot finish your rice, if you cannot finish your ugali, it's for dinner. If you can't finish your breakfast, it's going to be lunch later on, ladies and gentlemen. There's no such thing as garbage disposals, ladies and gentlemen, where I come from. And that's not really what hurt me, ladies and gentlemen. It was chicken. And me, I'm someone who likes to eat the cartilage, you know, the chicken, the cartilage on the chicken. I like to chew that cartilage. Something about that cartilage I know is good. I chew it. I like the bone marrow. Something about bone marrow makes me feel strong. So I eat, and he was throwing those into the sink. I said, oh my God. His name was John. He insisted that I called him John. I wanted to call him by his last name. He was like, no, just call me John. I mean, come on. I wanted to be respectful. He said, no, call me John. And John, ladies and gentlemen, said, oh no, this is not, I'm not sending nothing to the basement. It's what we call a garbage disposal. I was like, wow. That's the first thing I learned, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing that they were garbage disposal. Secondly, after he, disposed of this food and the cartilage that made me feel so bad, he called Billy upstairs, from upstairs. He said, Billy, please come and wash the plate. The second thing I learned that here in America, people talk back to their parents. People talk back to their parents. Listen, they talk back to their parents in America, and it was something that was new to me. John said, Billy, come and wash these plates. Billy said, John, I'm upstairs playing Call of Duty. I mean, come on, man, I'm on the third stage of this thing. I'm about to win the game. And I said, wow, that's what we do. He said, you wash those plates. I've been washing plates all week, John. I said, wow, that's what we do. I took those same teachings to an African house. I blame Billy to today, ladies and gentlemen. My mommy said, Junior, come and wash the plate. I said, oh, what did I learn? I was just at Billy's house yesterday. I must show mommy what I learned. Because this is what we do in America. My mommy said, wash the plate. I said, mommy, listen, I've been washing these plates all the way from New Jersey to Nigeria. Now we're back here in America. Mommy, I'm not washing the plate. My mommy introduced me to something Africans called factory default slap. Factory default. She slapped me with her backhand, ladies and gentlemen. I went back to incubative stage. I woke up on the floor like this, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking at my father thought, I said, Daddy, am I dreaming? He said, no, you're not Martin Luther King. Go upstairs and go and wash those dishes. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not only wash the dishes that were in the sink, the clean dishes. I took them from the cabinet. I was washing clean dishes. I was washing clean plates that did not need to be scrubbed. You know the dishes that you use for Christmas and just Thanksgiving? I was washing them just because I did not want to enter factory default slap again. African parents, that's what I learned. Okay, so no, I learned, okay, you will still not talk back when you come here. That's what my daddy means by when you come to America, don't come and Americanize yourself. Those are the things that for me as an African guy, as an African man, all right, who graduated college, but now this is what I do. My dad's still not proud of me, but being a comedian, if you know my father, don't tell him I'm here. Okay? All right, as an African guy, those type of things really stuck to me. They stuck to us. They stuck to. That's why now I'm able to. I believe that those teachers, those stern teachers, are what kind of strived me to be to do what I do, to be great, so on and so forth. But that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not done. I'm not done. All right. When it comes to Africans, when it comes to African parents, I also learned that, gentlemen, there's two words that we do not do: sleepover. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You are a keynote speaker. Once again, I'm gonna get you. This is our keynote speaker, ladies and gentlemen. He's a bright young man. I'm already just shouting you out now. Cause have you ever been to a sleepover? I have one. You have one, right? Just one. I don't blame you, ladies and gentlemen. I've never been to a sleepover when I was young. African. Listen, you might ask. My friend Billy asked me to come and do a sleepover. Ladies and gentlemen, I asked my daddy. I said, Daddy, over at Billy's house, Daddy. You know, you approach your parents very humbly when you want to ask something. You know, you change everything. I don't even walk like this. I said, Daddy, sir, Daddy, sir, they are doing sleepover at Billy's house. Can I please go and go? My daddy asked me a question, specific questions. Junior, is your bed broke? Don't you have your own house? You want to go and sleep? If there's a fire, do you think Billy's parents will try to save you? I'm 10 years old. I'm like, yo. I think I'm certain that Billy's dad will save Billy before he saves me. That go and sleep in your bed before I give you something to sleep over. Another fact that, ladies and gentlemen, I knew that's the last time I will actually go and do a sleepover, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. And without further ado, I know everyone is hungry. I have one more segment to come and make you guys laugh. I'm gonna tie it in. I know that was my childhood. I'm going to bring it to the adulthood, my second layer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to teach you why and how those teachings, I'm not teaching, but I'll let you know why those teachings, my upbringing as a youth has translated to my adulthood, and I'm struggling. Okay? I'm struggling, so please, I will tell you how I'm struggling as an adult because of that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some dinner, so I don't care. Put your hands together for me for giving you some laughs. Damn it, clap for me, please. I've been telling you to clap for everybody. Clap for me too. I'm recording, so clap for me. If you're having a good time, please clap, keep clapping for me, please. All right, now, so DJ, we're gonna play some soft music, right? As they bring in the food, we're gonna be playing some soft music. How soft? Not too soft though. Just some soft music as we bring in the food, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate y'all. We'll be back to tie it in, but for time purposes, we have to start serving you guys food. Okay? All right.
The Lord is my Savior. The Lord is my shepherd. Ah, the Lord is my Savior. I should be less of anything. The Lord is my Savior. The Lord is my shepherd. Ah, the Lord is my Savior. I should be less of anything. Sing Hosanna, His death I was saved. For the price of His death I was saved. Therefore I am redeemed. For the price of His death I was saved. For the price of His death I was saved. For the price of His death I was saved. Therefore I am redeemed. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah.
So make una see me as evidence. Baba got my evidence. His blessings are endless. No. Say that I continue the struggle. The struggle will go with the possible. As if he said I can't do it. Some people they go I continue the struggle.
I like a dweller.
Thank you.